If you could have a superpower, what would it be? The ability to fly, the ability to time travel, the ability to leapfrog through buildings, be invisible. Take your pick. There's a mega list of superpowers out there that any of us would fantasize about having if it was on the table. Because when we think about a superpower, we think about a way that would make our lives easier, right? In a way that would make things more fun and make things more manageable, to lighten a load. Well, if you're an international student watching this right now, what if I told you that you already have a superpower? Yes. Well, that's exactly what this content is about today. The superpower that all international students getting ready to apply to colleges and universities, specifically in the US or any other country outside of their own, already possess. And to be fair, you don't necessarily have to be an international student to possess this superpower, but it is something that international students automatically have. All right. Well, before I get started, let me briefly introduce myself. My name is Marissa, and I am a student success coach. I work with students and families to help them alleviate the stress from the American college admissions process. I do that by offering writing coaching services and helping students be able to write compelling prompts and essays so that they are standing out from a crowded pool of applicants. If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you are liking, subscribing, and following this channel wherever you see this content posted. All right, let me get back onto our topic. So, yes, what is this superpower that international students or certain students may already possess that could be to their advantage when it comes to applying to colleges and universities in the US? If you speak another language outside of your own, outside of your native language, that is your superpower. Yes, speaking another language, being multilingual, bilingual, or multilingual is your superpower, especially when it comes to college admissions. Okay, what do I mean by that? I will get into a couple of aspects because there's so many benefits, but I just want to highlight about 4 benefits of speaking another language or being multilingual when it comes to the US college admissions process. Okay, the first benefit is that connection. That's automatic. Speaking another language, being multilingual, automatically increases your ability to connect with other people, right? You're able to engage with your new environment. You are able to see things outside of your own perspective, literally and figuratively speaking. You are also kind of in a position where you are flexible because you've come into a space just with an openness, right? That says, hey, I'm the type of person that is willing to be outside of my comfort zone because I value the experience of connecting with other cultures outside of my own. And that is to your advantage when it comes to college admissions. A lot of times, having worked and coached international students for a long period of time, a lot of the things that I came across was that some of my students were very nervous about the fact that English was not their first language or their primary language. They were not confident about their working knowledge of English and felt as if it was going to be a disadvantage to them in the college admissions process. And one thing I really tried to encourage my students over time was to see the built-in benefits of coming into a culture and already having the skill of speaking multiple languages. And the reality is, as you get, more accustomed and comfortable in a new environment, well, your ability to speak that language automatically improves because you're just doing life with everybody else, and you are easing in to a community and a culture outside of your own. So that's that first benefit, connection. The second benefit I really want to highlight is the cognitive benefit, right, of being multilingual. Well, what do I mean by that? Well, it's about that brain power, simply put. There are multiple, just a myriad of benefits that are cognitive when it comes to being a multilingual. One would be that ability to have improved memory. Yes, you remember things much more easily than somebody who's monolingual, right? You have improved concentration, okay? You have improved focus. You have the ability to multitask. You can shift from one priority to the other with ease. And you also have improved listening skills. So it's not just that you're on the go, 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 go. You also know how to shift and pause and slow down and receive, right? Information that you are that is being disseminated, and you can process that information because you have that built-in experience of having more than one language in your memory bank. And those cognitive benefits will serve you well, not just in college, but obviously throughout your career and your lifespan. Meaning that a lot of studies have shown that it improves your brain's ability as you age. It kind of staves off the impacts of the effects of aging on the brain. So don't sleep on that ability to speak those multiple languages. It is definitely to your benefit in the college admissions process as well as beyond, right? A third benefit I think I really want to highlight, which is very important when it comes to this process, would be you have an enhanced decision-making capability. You have an enhanced decision-making capability, right? There was a 2012 study from the Scientific American journal that showed that you make stronger decisions from a second language because it is more reason-driven instead of just relying on reflex, which is something maybe monolinguals typically do, right? Because you have this built-in second language or multiple languages, you are making decisions from a place of reason. Not to say that reason is the only and best way to make a decision, but it is a factor, and there should always be some room for logic in your decision-making skills. And that, of course, is a skill that you're going to need in college as you're navigating a new environment, as you're out of your comfort zone, and you are forced to make decisions that you probably didn't have to make in your origin country or in an environment that you were much more comfortable in because things were just more instinctual in that space, okay? And I think a fourth benefit, which is an incredibly important benefit that I want to highlight, is the importance of the gained perspective. Some of the students I have worked with talk about the fact that being able to live in a culture outside of their own has really broadened their perspective, right? It's really showed them the ability to maybe draw comparisons to traditions and practices in their new environment and compare and contrast to their origin country, to also really appreciate some things from their origin country that maybe they took for granted, right? And that they couldn't really see the benefit of until they were in a new environment for a longer period of time, right? You are not just a tourist as an international student. You came to study, and because of that, you're in this space in a different capacity, right? And there are things that you tend to appreciate, or you come to appreciate over time, and as a result of your experience being outside of your comfort zone. So there's value in that gain perspective. And that's a value that will serve you well, not just academically, but professionally throughout your career, right? So I just want to really, really highlight, there's so many benefits. There's so many benefits, of course, to being bilingual or multilingual. And of course, this is a benefit that students that are American also have if they speak another language, which a lot of students, can also speak other languages. They don't necessarily have to be from another country. But for you, the international student who is particularly concerned about the fact that maybe English isn't your primary language, I just want to encourage you to say, hey, you've got this built-in superpower. Use it to your advantage. All right, so there's so many benefits, but again, I just wanted to quickly highlight connection. You have that ability to connect easily and seamlessly because you have greater flexibility. You've proven that you're somebody who can move outside of their comfort zone. So that ability to engage with people outside of your environment is heightened, it's stronger. 2, the cognitive benefits, that brain power, all the things that your brain is capable of doing, how you make decisions, your listening and processing skills, that's a win, all right? And then I would say the third benefit, that strengthened decision making. Wow, you need that in college, you need that in the workplace, and you need that beyond. So that is something that's already enhanced that you may not know that you have in your toolbox. And lastly, that perspective gain, right? That perspective gain from stepping outside of your space, your comfort zone, all right? So those are major superpower benefits that you have as a bilingual or multilingual language speaker. Use that to your advantage, embrace it, see it for the win that it is during the college admissions process. All right, so don't forget again to make sure that you like or subscribe to this channel or anywhere that you see this content posted, and look out for my next one. Take care.